Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is still Friday, August 30th, 2019. I am the Drunk Poker. It is beer time. I switched shirts. The other shirt's my Sunday going to meeting shirt. You know, the shirt I wear when I go out because it's very comfortable. But this is my comfortable shirt. I've had this shirt for, I'm going to say, about 7 or 8 years. It's got a big rip in the back. I don't care. It's so comfy. I like to read. I don't talk about it a lot. I probably should because reading is important. Reading is as important as drinking beer. One of my favorite authors is Isaac Asimov, and I found this at a bookstore the other week. It was like the one piece I didn't have in his collection, so very happy to find that. Just was sitting here, and I'm like, I'm going to leave that in there because people need to know. You should read. Read a few books. It's good for you. Edumacate yourself. I do enjoy good history, biographies. I love robot fiction. Post-apocalyptic fiction is one of my favorite things. Oh man, I love The World's Gone to Shit and How Do We Recover It? But anyways, I'm going to digress because I could talk about books all day. Probably as much as I talk about beer. Now, this last Saturday was Milkshake Day. It's an annual event here at Merit Brewing. I missed it again. I'm going to schedule better next year, but luckily they had some beers available. There's always room. Is a key lime pie sour. 5%, 5.2%. Cool label as always. They brew some cool beers for Milkshake Day every year. Obviously milkshake, lactose, there's lactose in this. They make great food. They have cool events. Hopefully next year, maybe they'll make it 2 days, but I'm going to make it. I'm not going to miss it next year. Let's get into this because I could use a treat before dinner. Having dessert before dinner, it's one of the upsides of being an adult. Well, that and being able to day drink on your day off. That's probably more of a result of not having children and no responsibilities. Yeah, you know what? I'm a fan. That's definitely lime. Some vanilla and like a bit of crust, maybe. Spinny does cool stuff. He makes some cool beers, and it's always fun to get something new. So, still available at the bottle shop. But let's get into it. Cheers, my friends, to the Friday of the long weekend. Is there a better time to drink and enjoy a beer? Cheers. Ooh. Limey. And creamy. Damn. Well, because at some point, I'm going to run into a beer that I'm like, nah, that's okay. It's not for me. Hasn't happened yet at Merit. Definitely lime up front. And it is a nice tart, sour bit of fruit, citrusy lime. And then it's like this kind of creamier texture, mouthfeel. Vanilla. There's definitely like a crusty feel, like a bread, not crusty like, that's a crusty dude. No, like crusty like, pie crust in there. The lactose gives it a touch of sweetness. And the funny part is I do not like key lime pie. It's very, very weird. There's a lot of things in beer that I love that I hate in my regular eating life. I don't like cherries. I'm not a big fan of raspberries, but in a beer, if they're done right, oh, they're fabulous. Key lime pie? No. Key lime pie beer? Hell yeah. I mean, I'm a complicated man. I'm not really that complicated. Give me a book and a beer, and I'm all good to go. But yeah, so, enjoy one of your favorite books. Now, this is not a favorite book because I just started reading it, but one of my favorite authors, which is going to cause me to go and reread all of his other novels, which I do love rereading a novel. Even if I know what's going to happen, I discover something new every time. But yeah, so get yourself a beer. Get yourself a book. Get yourself a shady place to read it and enjoy. Go to Merit. You got a beautiful patio. Bring your book. Sit out there. Have a beer. Just drift off in your own world. Cheers, my friends. Enjoy your day. It's like pie in a glass. Pie in a glass.